Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss about the molecular diagnostics. Technique used to diagnose and monitor the diseases, detect the risk, and decide which therapies will work best for individual patients. That is actually application we are discussing here. So, how to find out the disease, how to diagnose the disease, how to detect the risk, and the what therapies should be working there, that is actually called the molecular diagnostics. Treatment of a disease be effective early diagnosis and understanding pathophysiology is very important. Means if we diagnose the disease earlier, so we can treat the disease very effectively and the disease can be cured, the infection can be cured. So early detection, that is a very important step for this molecular diagnostic. Next one is conventional method of diagnosis. This is serum or urine analysis. Early detection of disease not possible. If we are going for serum analysis or urine analysis, early detection of disease cannot be possible. For early detection, what are the procedure then? The procedures are recombinant DNA technology, polymerase chain reaction, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, that is called ELISA. So, early diagnosis of a disease should be actually taken so that the disease can be cured with a proper treatment. So here, suppose when we are diagnosing the disease at the last stage, the treatment, whatever the treatment you are giving, the patient cannot be cured, or we can say the disease cannot be cured. So, what are the procedure for this early detection? One is the recombinant DNA technology, polymerase chain reaction, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, ELISA. One by one, we'll discuss that one. Conventional methods detect presence of pathogen when disease is well established and produce disease symptom pathogen high in the body. So, when in the conventionally, traditionally, what we are how we are detecting the disease there. So, when we are detecting the disease or the pathogen, it may be bacteria or virus, at that time the disease is at the last stage, means that disease is well established, तब तक वो totally flourished हो चुके हैं, well established and produce disease symptom pathogen high. So when the amount of the pathogen or the virus and bacteria is high, at that time sign or symptoms will appear. So at that time, if we are detecting the disease, the chance of the curity or chance of we can say the clearing the infection is very less. Okay, so definitely early detection is the main procedure here. Now we are coming for significance of molecular diagnosis. What is the significance here? Molecular diagnostic like PCR, means polymerase chain reaction, detects pathogen even at very low concentration. When the initial stage, starting stage, when the symptoms are not appearing in the body, at that time PCR can detect the pathogen, because it is polymerase chain reaction or amplification nucleic acid of the means pathogens की जो nucleic acid है, that will be amplifying. So if it is amplifying, so we can detect that the presence of pathogen in the body. So that is the main importance of PCR. Detect HIV, human immunodeficiency virus, is suspected AIDS patient. Mean when it is actually entering just initial stage, by PCR technique we can find out the presence of pathogen in the body, presence of virus or bacteria in the body. That is the early detection, importance of early detection. Detect mutations in the genes in suspected cancer patient, means cancer is there or not. If we have to understand, we have to wait for a means at the last stage, third stage, we can detect the cancer is present or not by the symptoms. But if we are applying for this PCR technique, so we can find out the mutation, means we can say that cancer is happening when the mutation in the cells are appearing there, mutation in the genes are appearing there. So that mutation in the gene can be detected by this process when the symptoms are also not yet appearing. Next, detect many genetical disorder, that also genetical disorder can also be detected. So these are the significance of this molecular diagnostic, which includes the PCR technique. PCR requires single stranded DNA or RNA tagged with radioactive molecule to hybridize complementary DNA in clones. following hybridization, so that is single stranded DNA or RNA, and that is stacked with radioactive molecule to hybridize complementary DNA in clones. So that is actually the PCR requires. And following the hybridization, the next step, autoradiography. After hybridization, next one is the autoradiography, means that is the detection of that particular DNA. Clone with mutation not appear in the photographic film, because the clone which are with mutation, mutated gene, that not appear in the photographic film, because probe will not be have complementary with mutated genes, because we are supplying the probe with the hybridized with radioactive leveled. So that probe is not complementary with the mutated gene, because already the gene is mutated. So that's why they will not hybridize, and they will not shown up by the autoradiography process. That is a main technique here. Next one we are coming, the principle of PCR. So here we can see, look at a clinical sample, means where we are actually these two rates are actually detected with mutation, if we are thinking. Next one is the DNA preparation. We are just from the clinical sample, we are separating the all the DNAs are separating, where these two red DNAs are with the mutated gene. Now by PCR technique we are amplifying this target DNA, which here it was 2, here it was 1 2 3 4, 5 6 7 8. So 8 rates are appearing now by amplifying by a technique. Now we are applying the probes means that which one, that the complementary DNA with the clones, है ना. clones जो आपने किए हैं अभी PCR टेक्निक में, उसके complementary जो DNA है, that we are applying, and that complementary DNA tagged with radioactivity. So now by we can see that one detection system by which one we can apply that that hybridization is appearing, and by autoradiography we can find out the where the labeling is coming, where the stain is coming, marking is coming. So this is the procedure by which we can detect it. Okay, so this is actually clinical sample, where this we can say that here we can detect this two different, we can say the DNA, and then we are amplifying it, then we are applying the probe, so that we can identify by autoradiography we can find out the, okay, the presence of, means suppose it is earlier only 2 were there, but by this technique we can detect the presence of virus or bacteria there, so that we can start treatment at the initial stage. So that is the actually main application of this PCR. Next one we are coming, ELISA. So what is the ELISA technique here? Another molecular diagnostic to detect the antigen, foreign substance or pathogen. It is another technique, work on principle antigen antibody interaction, means presence of antigen and we are providing the antibody. So if they are we can say the hybridized together, so or we can say they are combining together, so we can find out that the antigen is present there. So ELISA detects the pathogen by presence of antigen, protein, glycoprotein, etc., or by antibodies synthesized against the pathogen. Okay, so this is the ELISA technique by antigen antibody application. Okay, next one you are coming for transgenic animals. What are the transgenic animals here? Now, maybe it is defined as the animals that have their DNA manipulated to possess and express a foreign gene are known as the transgenic animals. Means any foreign gene they can express. You can see some figures are also here. There we can see the in an animal, another animal characteristics are also are shown there. The express of foreign gene, that is called the, when the foreign genes are expressed in their body, that is called transgenic animal. Okay, next one we are coming for reason to produce the transgenic. Why we should go for the producing transgenic animals? So first one is the normal physiology and development. Transgenic animals are designed to study different aspects of gene, like how genes are regulated, how they affect the normal function of the body and its development. Suppose if you want to study any gene function and how they will be controlled, so we have to go for the transgenic animals. We have to apply for another animals and we can get the result from the another animal, so we can find out or sort out the idea about their function and their development. For example, study of insulin like growth factor involved in growth can be done by introducing gene from other species that alter the formation of this factor. that alter the formation of this factor. Study the effect, the result, also information is also obtained about the biological role of factor in the body. Suppose how the insulin is working in the body, how they are controlling our growth. So that it is done by introducing this gene from other species that alter the formation of this factor. So this is the way we can find out. We have to introduce in another body that same gene, so how they are working, how the means information we can get about their biological role in the body, so we can find out. Okay, this one is the transgenic animals key importance. Study of disease. First one is the normal physiology and development. If you have to find out the any factor develop, any factor normal biological role in the body, or any factors we can say how they are working for development, how they are playing role in development, so we need the transgenic animals. Study of disease. Transgenic animals model for human disease, in which investigation of new treatment for disease also gives understanding how genes contribute to development of the disease. So if we have to study any human disease, so investigation should be first studied on which one? Transgenic animals. How the treatment will be going on for the disease, and how the genes contribute for the development of the disease, how the genes will be controlled. So for that experiment we need the transgenic animals. Transgenic animal model cancer, cystic fibrosis, rheumatoid arthritis, and Alzheimer disease. So for that also we can use that. These diseases actually, if you want to study, if you want to find out there how that will be controlled, how that will be cured, how they are working for the development of the disease, if we can find out by applying that same gene in another animal, so that is called transgenic animal. So for that we can find out their solution and remedies also. So this is the importance of transgenic animal. So normal physiology and development, and second one is the study of the disease. And next one is the biological product. What is this? Is the implication of which one? Transgenic animals. So products produced by living organisms, some of which are medicines. कुछ medicines expensive होता है जिसको study करना, इसका how they are produced by living organism. So for that experiment we need the transgenic animals. Transgenic animals can be created by the introducing of the genes which codes for particular product induce organism to produce the desirable product in medium. So that gene which are actually responsible creating some particular product that is introducing in the transgenic animals, and for that that animal should produce that desirable product in that medium. There's a human protein alpha 1 antitrypsin or to treat the emphysema. So that we are using in transgenic animals to find out their implication. Attempts are being made for treatment of phenylketonuria and cystic fibrosis. So already we told that one key, whatever some biological product we need to apply for some disease, so first we have to treat that on the transgenic animals so that we can get the result, then we can apply for the human beings. In 1997, a first transgenic cow, what is the name? Rosie. Produced human protein enriched milk. Human protein enriched milk 2.4 grams per liter. The human alpha lactalbumin, and nutritionally more. So what they are producing? Human alpha lactalbumin, by introducing the gene for responsible that they are, which gene is responsible for the producing this human protein. Okay, and nutritionally more balanced product for human babies than natural cow milk. So natural cow milk is also given for the human baby, but if this human protein, that is alpha lactalbumin, is that gene is introducing in the cow, that is actually practically done in the transgenic cow Rosie, and that milk is more and more nutritional for the which one? For human babies. So this is the application of the transgenic animals. नेक्स्ट वन इज द वैक्सीन सेफ्टी. कोई वैक्सीन डिस्कवर किए है और उसके बाद उसको अप्लाई फर्स्ट तो ह्यूमन बॉडी में नहीं किया जा सकता है. सो फर्स्ट वी आर अप्लाइंग फॉर द ट्रांसजेनिक एनिमल्स. दैट फॉर दैट पर्पस ट्रांसजेनिक एनिमल्स इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो नाउ फॉर वैक्सीन सेफ्टी, वैक्सीन्स आर फर्स्ट टेस्टेड ऑन ट्रांसजेनिक mice developed for use in testing before they are used on humans. Before they are used for humans, before they are given to the humans, first they have to test on which one? Transgenic animals. Transgenic mice are being used to test the safety of the polio vaccine. Okay, polio vaccine first it was given to transgenic mice for finding out their safety and how that will be controlled. If successful and found to be reliable, they could be replace the use of monkeys to test the safety of batches of the vaccine. अगर ट्रांसजेनिक माइस में अगर ये रिस्पॉन्स ये वैक्सीन रिलायबल हो गए और सक्सेसफुल हो गए, then that could be applicable for which to replace the use of monkeys to test the safety of batches of the vaccine. मीन्स पहले मंकी में दिया जाता था एंड अभी इसको ट्रांसजेनिक माइस में दिया जाता है. तो कोई वैक्सीन अगर उसको सेफ्टी अगर देखना है आपको, सक्सेस आपको देखना है आपको, सो यू हैव टू अप्लाई फास्ट ऑन द ट्रांसजेनिक एनिमल. केमिकल सेफ्टी टेस्टिंग सेम वे. Transgenic animal introduce the genes which make them more sensitive than non-transgenic. So which make them more sensitive than non-transgenic. So that genes, first we have to chemically we have to test that. They are then exposed to toxic substance affected studied. Toxically testing such animals will allow us to obtain result in the less time. So it is toxic or not, if we have to find out, we have to apply first transgenic animals so we can get the result, and then we can apply for the large scale, means in a human body also. So these are the actually we need the transgenic animals for that purpose. So these are the we can say the so many transgenic animals we can see here. So we are transferring the genes to the other for showing these characteristics, other animals characteristics here. Next one. Okay, so next we will discuss about this ethical issue and all.